Hi, here Nova. So today I'm sitting here in front of you, in front of the doof wagon. No. Really, this is just my personal stereo equipment that I have in my little side shack where I like to do my projects. It works for me. I like it. Not everybody will, but it's perfect for me. Today what I'd like to do is talk to you about how I obtained it and how you can obtain something like this for about $50. Or less or more, depending on how much you feel like spending or what you know about audio equipment. So about a year or two ago, I went through a lot of stuff. It's a long story. I'm getting there, and I actually think I want to share it with people, but I went through a lot of personal crap, and there came a point where I was at thrift stores, and I had to do a lot of things just to get by. Once I was clear with that, and the stigma was gone with that, I found myself looking at other things within the facility, such as stereo equipment, other things I could resell. Something from my childhood kind of came out, which was I did love stereo equipment. My dad always had a Pioneer receiver and Pioneer equipment, and that always kind of stuck with me. Funny how we become our parents, but, that's how it is. Long story short, I wound up buying a lot of stereo equipment the second I see it. I know stuff that I want, I know stuff I used to like, and I buy it. And I didn't really think about it at the time because I didn't have much, and I didn't have much that made me happy. All I really had was YouTube and, listening to music I loved, sounding great, really putting a beat in your chest. And that's kind of all I had for a while. But if there's anything I can do for anybody, it's I can tell them that you don't have to spend $1,300 or $1,400 or $1,500. And if you spend $500 on a home entertainment system, you're being ripped off, and it's not any good. What you see behind me right now is an old Pioneer, I think it's an 308 SX receiver or 303. Honestly, I don't even think about it. But it pushes about 70 watts per channel, which is very sufficient for running large speakers. It's hard to match with modern receivers outside of, Martin and some other high-end amps. You can complain about the controls on it. The bass and the treble are minimal at best. It's two knobs, which this is not audiophile equipment. It is just, I like to hear my music. It's loud. It sounds good to me. And I didn't spend a lot of money on it, which is, you can't feel bad about that. Promised myself I wouldn't say but I did. So, over time what I found was that if you go to Goodwills, thrift shops, anywhere like that, you have to pick it and choose it. Some thrift stores have better deals on vacuums, some have better deals on furniture, and it's a thing. If you go there, you'll see that every store has its, obviously the managers have a personal affliction to something, and that's what they do. And some stores have something better than others. My favorite store is actually in Apache Junction, Arizona, and every time I go there, they have large floor speakers. Large floor speakers, they came out of style probably about 10 years ago, and there's a lot of reasons why. They're big, they're bulky, they're ugly, they're heavy, and some of them are really garbage. But then you get some that are actually pretty decent, and you compare them to newer speaker systems and smaller speakers, and sorry to be a gearhead, but just as with being a gearhead, they always say there's no replacement for displacement. There is no replacement for large booming speakers. You just can't. It's a different feeling. It's a different attitude. It cannot be replicated in anything smaller. I'm sorry, everyone. With speakers, size matters. on to what I have. I have a pair of Pioneers. I have 3 pairs of Pioneers. I have a pair of Pioneer C303s, which are I'm refoaming at the moment. I picked those up for $20. If you go on every other Saturday at Goodwill, you can pick stuff up for half off. If you feel bad about it, Goodwill is not non-profit. It is for profit. So if that's a hang-up for some people, don't let it be. It was for me for a short while till I realized there's no stigma. It's okay. As I ramble on, I guess what I'm just saying is I'm proud of my speakers, my stereo. I'm proud of what it means to me. I'm proud of how it makes me feel on a personal level. And if there's anybody out there that has a passion for any of this stuff, I just want you to know that there's deals out there you can make. You don't have to go on Craigslist. You don't have to go on any second-hand market. You don't have to go on anything. Honestly, if you just have the patience and you're willing to put the footwork in, you can go find great deals. I found these 2 Technic CS99s, which are 15-inch woofers, and if you're into audio, 15-inch woofers are not cheap. They're kind of rare, and they're just they're not cheap. That's all I can say about them is they're cheap. They're not cheap to get, even if they're not great. Yeah, but I got those on half off day for I want to say $20 for both. I've got this pair over here, this Pioneer. I can't even remember the proper name for these, but they're twin woofer. They sound amazing. I cannot express enough how much I love Pioneer. They really do have great audio quality as far as vintage is concerned. Newer stuff, forget it. It's gone. But the vintage stuff, it's just, it's good party music. It's good party volume. It booms. It hits. Not audio flight, but it'll make you feel good. There's other things I like too. I like vintage receivers, which you can pick up sometimes, not as often. As you can see up in the corners here, I have 2 vintage, what are they? I can't remember, but they're like CS somethings. They're vintage. They're from the 60s. You can find them all day online. They're about $300 a pair. I got them for $24. Again, you cannot complain about that. Other deals I've had were over here in the corner. You can see to the side. I've got some JBL 15. I like this one out. Well, okay, we're gonna do this without power in the house. It's okay, but that's my story about stereo equipment, buying frugally at Goodwill, and just liking what you like and being proud of it. If this reaches anybody, thank you for watching. There's more to come. 2018 is going to be a different year for me. A lot of things have changed. I can't say much except for I'm alive, Elvis is dead, end of story. Thank you. Goodbye.